Hello, friends. Welcome back to Easy Talk English, the place where learning English feels easy and fun. Today, I want to talk about something that many English learners feel worried about, something that makes people stay quiet even when they really want to speak. Yes, I'm talking about broken English. You know, when your grammar isn't perfect, or when you forget words, or when your sentences sound a little strange. Maybe people sometimes smile or correct you, and you start thinking, oh no, my English is bad. But what if I told you that your broken English is not a weakness at all? What if I told you it's actually your superpower? Let's take a deep breath and imagine this. You are in a small coffee shop in a new city. You're a little nervous, but you walk up to the counter and say, "Hello, I want one coffee, please." The person behind the counter smiles and gives you your drink. You just spoke English. Was it perfect grammar? Maybe not. But did you communicate? Yes, you did. That's English power. That's connection. That's courage. You see, we often think fluency means speaking like a native speaker, fast, smooth, and perfect. But that's not true. Real fluency means being able to express yourself even when you don't have the perfect words. Real fluency means using what you know to make others understand you. That's the true goal of language, communication, not perfection. I remember meeting a student once. Her name was Maria. She moved from Brazil to London and was very shy to speak. She always said, "My English is broken." She didn't want to talk to people because she was scared they would laugh at her. But one day she had to ask for help on the bus. She said, "Excuse me, I go to Oxford Street? Stop here." Her grammar was not perfect, right? But guess what? The person understood her completely. They smiled and said, "Oh yes, this is the right stop." And in that small moment, Maria realized something powerful. She realized that her words worked. She didn't need perfect grammar, she needed confidence. So let me ask you this, what is better, perfect grammar with silence or imperfect grammar with courage? Of course, the second one. Because silence never helps you grow. But every time you speak, even if it's broken English, you grow stronger, braver, and more natural. Think about it. When babies learn to speak their first language, do they speak perfectly? No. They say things like, "me want cookie," or "I goed there." Their grammar is wrong, but their meaning is clear. And do parents stop them and say, "That's bad English"? No. They smile and keep talking with them, because mistakes are a normal part of learning. The same thing is true for you. Your broken English is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign that you're learning, that you're trying, that you're brave enough to use another language. That's amazing. You're not just speaking words, you're building bridges between people, between cultures, between worlds. Sometimes people will say, "Oh, your English is broken." But you know what you can say back? You can smile and say, "Yes, but it's strong enough to connect with you." Because that's true power, the power to connect. Do you know how many people in the world speak perfect English? Very few. Even native speakers make grammar mistakes. They say things like, "I seen that," or "he don't care." Everyone makes small mistakes. The difference is they don't let it stop them. So why should you? Here's something interesting. Many of the greatest people in the world speak imperfect English. Business leaders, scientists, actors, and teachers. Some have strong accents, some use simple words, but they are understood because they speak with confidence. They know that communication is not about perfect grammar. It's about sharing your ideas. Your accent, your grammar, your words, they tell a story. They tell the world where you come from, what you've learned, and how hard you've worked. Your English carries your history, your courage, and your dreams. That's beautiful. Never try to erase it. I want you to remember something. There is no such thing as bad English. There is only learning English. Every mistake you make is a step toward improvement. Every time you speak, you become better. It's like walking. You can't learn to walk without falling, right? But you don't give up. You get up and you try again. The same thing happens with English. Let me tell you a small story about a man named Ahmed. He moved to Canada from Egypt. At first, he didn't speak much English. He was scared people wouldn't understand him. One day, he went to buy bread, and he said to the shopkeeper, "I need bread, white one." The shopkeeper smiled and gave it to him. Every day, Ahmed spoke a few more words. "How much? I like this. My son goes school." His sentences were simple, but people understood him. After a few months, he could tell small stories. After 1 year, he was making jokes in English. He told me, "My English still broken, but it works." And that's when I realized his English was not broken. It was strong. So if you ever feel shy to speak because you think your English is broken, remember this: broken English still communicates. Broken English still connects. Broken English still builds friendships. Broken English is still English. Here's a small trick that helps. When you speak and can't find a word, don't stop. Use another word. Describe what you mean. For example, if you forget the word umbrella, you can say, "That thing for rain." People will understand you. That's smart English, not broken English. You're using what you know to make your meaning clear. That's how language really works. And you know what's funny? Many native English speakers do this too. When they forget a word, they say things like, "that thing, what's it called?" So don't think you're the only one. Everyone forgets words sometimes. So instead of saying, "My English is broken," start saying, "My English is growing," because that's what it's doing. It's growing every time you use it. Even when you make mistakes, even when you feel shy, even when people don't understand you the first time, every try makes you better. You don't need to sound like an American or a British person to speak good English. You just need to sound like yourself. Your English is your voice. It's how you share your thoughts, your feelings, your ideas, and your voice matters. Here's something powerful to remember. Every language learner sounds different, but every single one of them is brave. It takes courage to speak a second language. It takes heart to keep trying when it feels difficult. And that courage, that's your superpower. That's what makes your English special. When someone says your English is broken, don't take it as an insult. Take it as proof that you are strong enough to learn something new. It's like a scar on a superhero. It shows your battle, your effort, your story. Broken English is proof that you are not afraid to try. So the next time you want to say something, but feel shy, just speak. Say it. Maybe you'll make a small mistake. Maybe someone will correct you, but that's okay. Because every time you speak, your English becomes a little more natural. Every time you speak, your fear becomes a little smaller. You can learn grammar rules later. You can fix your pronunciation with time. But if you don't speak, you'll never build confidence. Confidence comes from using your English, not hiding it. So speak proudly, even if your English is not perfect yet. When I listen to someone speak with an accent, I don't hear broken English. I hear a story. I hear strength. I hear a person who has worked hard to learn something new. And that's something to celebrate. Your accent is your identity. Your mistakes are your teachers. Your broken English is your proof that you are on your journey, and every journey starts with small, brave steps. So today, I want you to promise yourself something. Promise that you will stop saying, "My English is bad." Promise that you will start saying, "I'm learning, I'm improving, I'm getting better." Because that's the truth. Every word you speak, every video you watch, every lesson you take, it all adds up. One day, you'll look back and think, "Wow, I used to be scared to speak, and now I'm confident." And when that day comes, you'll realize something amazing. Your broken English was never broken. It was the beginning of your fluency. So my dear friends, speak English with courage. Speak with pride. Speak with heart. Your English doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be yours. Remember, communication is connection, and connection is power. Thanks for watching Easy Talk English. If you found this helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Keep practicing, and see you in the next video. Before you go, tell me in the comments, have you ever felt shy because of your broken English? What helped you keep speaking?